Today we're planting coral, and as always, we're taking you with us. The first part of the journey, as always, is a long drive up to the Islamorada area, but I will say there is no time of day that this water is not just absolutely gorgeous. These bridges give you the best views on our way up there. It's just magical. The next step will be a class where they would teach you all about coral and how to plant it and everything that we have no idea how to do right now. So I'm really excited for that, to see what it all entails.
For the class to learn how to plant the coral, we're going down to Key Dive Shop, which is located at Bud and Mary's Marina in Islamorada.
Alright, so guys, this is a little bit of pretty much what we covered in some of the PowerPoint. This is one of the staff biologists at Mote Marine Lab down in Summerlin Key, Sarah Hamlin. She's super cool. She's Australian, very friendly, very nice. But you can see they have their fragments placed on the pucks here, and then they grow and eventually fuse and fill up to the size of that puck. They use that marine epoxy Oreo looking method and place it down onto old skeleton. And within a matter of a few years, they can reach that size and hopefully sexually reproduce. It's very, very exciting. But if y'all want to come through here, you can check out the place. These are called raceways. These are basically the tanks that we'll be keeping the corals in. They're going to have bubblers that basically keep oxygen flowing in the water so that the coral can be happy. We also have surge simulators, which basically simulate surge. They push waves back and forth, again, keeping a good flow for these corals. Obviously, there are no corals and there are no water in here. One time I found a deer skull or something in one of them, but eventually we're actually gonna have coral, so don't worry about that. We got our septic tank here. We basically get our water from out in the ocean. It runs through a bunch of filtration, plumbing stuff that I do not comprehend, and then it reaches here and it fills up these raceways. I mentioned to some of you guys before that we're actually gonna be doing some work with microfragmentation, so cutting up that coral, and we'll be doing that here. We'll have some of the cool stuff set up here. So if y'all are ever just in the area and you want to come back, it's always worth taking a look and seeing what's going on back here, because there's a chance you could actually help us with microfragmentation or actually seeing coral up close, not underwater, which would be really cool. And lastly, these guys are really good because too much sun, as we learned, can be really bad for coral. They can get super stressed and they don't like that. So this shields them, but it also shields us. So when we're working in like the very hot summers of July and August, these will be our saviors, and hopefully we won't pass out from heat exhaustion.
A transect line is run, which determines our planting site.
After we scrub the site, nails are hammered into the rock.
Next, the coral frags are zip tied to the nails.
After confirming that coral is tight, the zip ties are cut, leaving enough to tighten in the future.
We then use our hands to force water over the corals to make sure that they remain stable.
As you can see, the fish are already inspecting and exploring the new habitat. We were able to swim back and see some old transplants. That was really cool because those transplants were only a couple months old, and you can see where they are already growing around the zip ties, so you can tell what we're planting is actually establishing itself and taking off.
And on the second dive, we actually looked for snails that attack some of the hard corals out there and remove those. And as we removed them, we measured them and then bagged them to remove from the ocean. So the I.CARE Foundation came about in late 2019. And so it's just now getting going, especially after COVID had the slowdown. And they are out there quite often with the plantings, and they also go back and they monitor all those spots that they have planted to make sure that they are growing, they're thriving, and that what they are doing is making an impact towards positive on these reefs.
If if you enjoyed today and want to know more about what you can do for the corals, please go to www.icareaboutcoral.org. We'll post the link in below, and do your part. I mean, if you can't come out and dive, at least do some donations, do what you can. We really need to keep our reefs healthy, safe. They do a lot for us. We need to do some for them. Don't forget to like and comment, subscribe below, and we'll see you next time.